And we back. The oldest rivalry in the NBA is Lakers versus Celtics. I ain't got to go through the history. You know it's been around for as long as the game of basketball been around. Today, we have a 10-year challenge between the two to figure out what the ultimate franchise is. Because as of right now, the Lakers have 17 NBA championships and the Boston Celtics have 17 NBA championships. We're doing it unconventionally. It's not about who wins the championship first. Both of our teams start off with one of their star players. In this case, is going to be Tatum, and it's going to be Anthony Davis. I made Anthony Davis 24 years old to match Jason Tatum, and they were both at 94 overall to start. They both have 5-year contracts with a player option at the end, and they both have a team full of Courtney Hills, who is just a 72 overall on a 1-year deal. Today's video is brought to you by SeatGeek. Hit the link in the description, download the SeatGeek app, and use code Kenny so they can give you $20 off your first purchase of tickets. I have not used an app other than SeatGeek to buy tickets in a very, very long time. Me and the guys are going to see White Sox versus Giants for the home opener here in Chicago, and I bought all 10 of our tickets through SeatGeek. They take tickets from all over the internet and put them in one central location. Now, like I said, I'm already going to this game, but maybe you do too. Let me show you how easy it is to get tickets on SeatGeek. You're gonna see a lot of spots at the ballpark. Again, this is sports, this is Broadway, this is comedy, this is concerts. If you can get tickets, they're on SeatGeek. And personally, I like to go and sort by deal, so the best deal available, and this is the home opener, mind you, is right behind home plate, $92 per ticket. Simple as that. I've been to Bulls games, I've been to Hawks games, I've been to Bucks games, I've been all across America going to sporting events and buying tickets on SeatGeek. So hit the link in the description, download the SeatGeek app, and use code Kenny so they can give you $20 off your first purchase of tickets. Thank you to SeatGeek again for sponsoring another video. The goal is to see who has the most points at the end of the video. For every win that each team gets in this video, they're given 1 point. For every playoff berth, they get 20 points, and for every series that they win in the playoffs, it's an additional 10 points. An NBA championship is 50 points. Every individual award is 10 points, and all NBA and all defensive is 5 points. So you get the most amount of points for ultimately win a championship, but you also could get some points by just having a good roster, making the playoffs every single season. We're gonna simulate for 10 years and tally up the points at every single point, and we're gonna see which is the ultimate NBA franchise. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Now, this video really starts this first week of the season because the Boston Celtics and the LA Lakers have to try to convince players like LeBron James, Jaylen Brown, Robert Williams, and so on and so forth to potentially come to their team. As I mentioned, both teams just have one max player and a bunch of people making a minimum contract. So technically, LeBron James can play the last couple years of his career in Boston, or he can go back to LA, or technically LeBron can go to any of the other 30 teams in or 28 other teams. It is what it is. And I cannot stress it enough how signing one or few of those players of free agency can really impact this challenge, because you basically get a head start. So what I'm going to do is simulate this first week. Oh my God, the Lakers literally won the first game of the season. When it was Anthony Davis wasn't even the best player on the team this game. Are you kidding me? They beat the defending champion Golden State Warriors in the first game. They actually 2-1. But did anybody make a signing? The Lakers did not, and the Celtics didn't either. Oh, is LeBron James and them done? They're gone? I thought for sure one of them was gonna get Bron, and neither of them did. Where the hell did LeBron go? To Charlotte. LeBron is making $5 million to team up with LaMelo Ball because he wanted to play under Michael Jordan. That is ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. Anyway, there are still players out there though. I mean, yeah, you won't get Bron, but D'Angelo Russell, Marcus Smart, these are people that can really help the challenge. So I'm going to go another week and see. I don't control anything. I put everything on automatic. Let's see, did the Lakers make a signing? The answer is Malcolm Brogdon and Marcus Smart are on the team, both on 1-year deals. And the Boston Celtics got D'Angelo Russell and Lonnie Walker. All right, one team looks better than the other, but only time will tell. I'm going to go to the end of the season. Alert, alert, alert. The Boston Celtics traded for Jalen Duren during the season. They traded for Duren during the season. He won Rookie of the Year. He averaged 17 and 10 with 2 blocks. So they get, both teams add an extra 5 points, or is it 10 points? I'm already forgetting. 10 points per award. So DPOY for Anthony Davis and Rookie of the Year for Jalen Duren. I got to figure out what that trade was. Yes, I got a pen because I'm doing this all by hand. You know what I'm saying? I'm old, y'all. I'm old. Tatum makes an All-NBA appearance, so that's 5 additional points. And Anthony Davis also made it with 5 points. Now, One of them is weighted a little bit more, but I'm going to just say all NBA is all NBA, so Anthony Davis gets his 5 points too. Anthony Davis also makes an all defensive team, so that is another 5 points. So based on awards alone, the Lakers are in the lead. Oh, duh. He won DPOY. Of course he's going to make all defensive, but it is what it is. Both teams made the play-in. So they could potentially get 20 plus points right now. Let's figure out what that trade was. That got the Boston Celtics. They just traded D'Angelo Russell in the second, and D'Angelo Russell was somebody they picked up 2 months before the trade. That's huge. I think they finessed. But will either of the teams make the play-in? The answer is Lakers are a playoff team. In the last game for the Boston Celtics, they make it as well. So the Lakers won 45 games and only 36 for the Celtics. So they were the 10th seed and won 2 play-in games to get that extra 20 points, which we love. So based on right now, the Lakers have 85 points if you look at awards and total wins and all of that, and the Celtics only have 71, so the Celtics are behind. And the way you can make up that is by winning playoff series. Now, both of these teams are the lower seed, so I can't say that I think that they're going to win. But the Lakers did it. That's an additional 10 points. Now, if I'm not mistaken, so they won. I'm sorry, they lost game 1. They lost game 2. They lost game 3. They were down 0-3. And Anthony Davis in game 4, and Malcolm Brogdon had a good game. In game 5, Anthony Davis had 40 and 13. In game 6, Anthony Davis did what? A 20-20 game. And in game 7, he did what? Wait, that's game 1 again. Hold on. Game 7, Malcolm Brogdon and him went up. Like, that's an additional 10 points, which means that the Boston Celtics are now at 95 points. I'm sorry. The Lakers are at 95 points in just the first season. And their playoff, they almost went back again down 0-3-1. But the playoff ends there. And just like that, I mean, they have a huge lead in just one season. But this is why we're doing it in the 10-year span, because a lot of things can change. This offseason is important because both of the teams are going to have Supermax spots, even if there's not Supermax players out there. And they both made the playoffs, so they won't have like a high lottery pick or a lottery pick at all. So I was going to say maybe one of them drafts a star, which I guess is still a case late in the draft, but, you know, it's a little bit tougher back then. Free agency. The Celtics got to spend some money, man. The Celtics got to spend some money before it gets too out of hand. Remember that the top free agents, oh my God, I forgot Bron was going to be a top free agent. And yo, if one of them don't offer this man some money, the Celtics offer some money to James Harden. Kyrie Irving got a Lakers offer. Oh, that's why they ain't offer Bron no money. They said we'd rather have Kyrie Irving. Okay, all right, let's simulate a couple days in. I'm excited because this is the points that we really start building teams. And the Lakers got Kyrie. The Celtics got Miles Bridges. The Lakers got D'Angelo Russell, so they got two. Oh, my God. They brought back Malcolm Brogdon. So they spent all of their money on guards, and there's Jeremy Grant. Boston, where you at with your money? Where you at with all of this money that you got? You only bring in one dude so far, and that's Miles Bridges. So it's just Miles Bridges and Jalen Duren and Tatum? Go get some guard play. I don't know, man. You're already behind the 8 ball. Now, if I told they GM that this is a competition between them and the Lakers, they probably would spend a little bit more. But again, we can't really do that. Year 2 lineup sees Russell Westbrook, Josh Hart, Jason Tatum, Jared Vanderbilt, and Nikola Vucevic. So they did go out there and spend eventually, and it's not too bad. Because off the bench, they have Miles Bridges, Jalen Duren, TJ Warren, Shake Milton, and Matisse Thybulle. Okay, I think they put together a competent roster, all things considered. The Lakers spent a little bit more money having D'Angelo Russell and Kyrie Irving play together because Kyrie Irving is a 2. Terrence Davis is their 3. They got Jeremy Grant, Anthony Davis, and they have Malcolm Brogdon, Dario Saric. Their bench is not as good as the other team's bench. They also got Walter Wilson from England, small forward. What can you do? You know, 20th overall pick, good shot maker. Good shot maker. Did the Celtics draft? They had to draft somebody. Oh, he's only a 72. Oh, that's a second round pick. Where's your first rounder? 15th overall pick? This is the dude you take? He's 23. He's 23, and this is who you... Oh, man. All right. Well... The Celtics, y'all gotta make up a lot of room, man. And I can't call it. I'm still giving you a chance, but I can't call it right now. Year 2, it's Shea, it's Spurs, it's Ben Simmons again, but Anthony Davis does win DPOY. Tatum makes an All-NBA team. Same thing with Anthony Davis, and AD is going to be an All-Defensive as well. The Celtics were the best team in the Eastern Conference. Last year, they won 36. This year, they won 59 games. They get an additional 89 points on the season for making the playoffs, having an All-NBA player, and the total amount of wins. The Lakers end up in the play-in with just 44 wins. And right now, that's only 64 points. That's if they don't make it to the playoffs, and they do, so it's going to be 84 points. So technically, the Celtics are winning the season so far, but you know, you got to claw away at these things. So both teams make it. winning a playoff series is an additional 10 points. The Celtics and the Lakers get an additional 10. We'll take that. Celtics can win a championship, man, and they automatically jumpstart and end up as the leader of this challenge so far. The Lakers don't make it either. Both teams get eliminated in the second round. Zion and company defeat what was that? I'm sorry. It was the Memphis Grizzlies, again, going against each other and getting their revenge. And then the Cavaliers beat the Celtics. Either way, the Celtics made a little bit of ground up, having 5 more points than the Lakers in this one, but they still down overall going into year number 3. Not a ton of changes for the Lakers other than Trey Mann, who I don't believe was here last season. Nope, he was here. He just didn't play. And now Walter Wilson is going to get some real PT, but they pretty much brought back the same team. And the Celtics had Russell Westbrook before, and instead of Shake it to 1, Karras at the 2. But again, Tatum is actually crazy at 98 plus with the boost and everything. Russ is still there, but now coming off the bench. And Anthony Davis is only a 95. So we do get the progression from Tatum. I'm waiting for Tatum to win an MVP award because I feel like it's going to happen. They're going to be good enough, and he has like the highest overall in the game. It just feels like it's going to happen eventually. Now, this is year 3 out of 10. AD might not have the higher overall like Tatum, but he continuously is winning DPOY, which is helping the Lakers continue their run of winning the series. Celtics won 45 and the Lakers won 41, but both teams clinch a legitimate playoff spot, which is dope. But the difference is the DPOY and all defensive team for Anthony Davis versus just an all NBA team for Jason Tatum. Now, can either of them make a longer run? Because right now they've been kind of balanced. Both teams make it out of the first round. Okay, so that's an extra 10. Both teams are up 3-0. At least they were both up 3-0. Both of them make the conference finals. This is weird how this is playing out. The AFC won in both series on both sides. Both are in the conference finals. If we get a finals matchup in is this year number 4? This is year number 3. This is only year number 3 since we started them off. Both teams are down, and the Lakers have a chance. The C's are gone. The Lakers are 1 game away. The Lakers just made a finals run. Oh my God. If they win, I won't say it's wraps because it's still very early, but they're already in the lead. And they're just 4 games away from doing it. So it's Joel, Maxey. It's still the same team except for Shlomo's now at the 4. I mean, that's not a bad looking team the Lakers put together. The bench ain't bad either. Can they do it as the 5 seed? Game 1 is a Lakers win. Oh my God, they're 3 games away. They're 2 games away. The Lakers are still 1 game away. Oh, you better not you better not blow no 3-1. All right, we simcasting these. This right here is huge for the battle of the biggest rivalry in the history of basketball, arguably in the history of sports. Arguably. You ain't got to be mad. Here we go. It is close enough that we can jump in with less than a minute to go. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful right here. Because that 50 points for winning a championship is going to be hard to catch up on. And the Celtics are already behind, y'all. Here we go. You need to stop right here. DPOY Anthony Davis comes over with the help. What a dish off by Harden. Who's there? Oh, that's Malcolm Brogdon. He's just too little. Hey, if you're a Celtics fan, you're actively rooting for the 76ers, which is crazy. Because the 76ers and the Celtics got their own little rivalry, but that rivalry is not as big as Lakers versus Celtics. So down by 3, you got the best lineup in. You got Brogdon, you got Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving got clutch shooter. I don't know. Do you get the ball to Anthony Davis? I see. What the heck, Anthony? He got his own board. Goes right back up. Oh, no. He sold. Is he serious? DPOY, All-NBA third team, Anthony Davis just missed the layup like that? No, if the 76ers come back and win this series, I'm disappointed in the Lakers right now. Joel Embiid going at the DPOY. He goes straight up, and that is potentially the dagger right there. Man, oh, man. The Lakers got all the way this far to let Anthony Davis, A, miss a layup, and then B, get put in the basket as a DPOY by Joel Embiid. That's not pretty, Anthony. I won't lie, that's not pretty. It's a 5-point game with 20 seconds to go. You need something quick, too. You need something quick. That's quick, but it's not a bucket, and that's going to be the end of it. There's no way. Yep. The Lakers get all the way to the finals just to lose. So if we tally it up, they won 1 series, 2 series, 3 series. It's an extra 30 points, while the Celtics get an extra 20 points. So by the end of that year, the Lakers ended up with 101 points, and the Celtics ended up with a smooth 100. And you know we like round numbers, 100 points, but they're down. They're still down. They've won 1 of the 3 years. If we just go on year-by-year basis, they've won 1 of the 3. And year number 4 is underway. They got to do something huge right now. They got to figure out a way to get another player with Tatum, because right now it's the Tatum show. I thought that Jalen Duren's progression was going to be better than what it is. I guess it's not in the world of 2K. Cedi Osman's now the 3. Brogdon's off the bench. Trey Mann is progressing pretty good. 80 overall club. They also got Jacques Landale now and PJ Washington on the team. And then the C's get Victor Oladipo, Karis LeVert. They've been keeping the same core. I think a big trade is necessary. You got to get that guard play up. VO at the age of 33 is not it, even though he did average about 15 points per game last season. And Karis LeVert last year wasn't amazing either. He wasn't terrible, but wasn't amazing. You need to get Tatum some help. That 1 seed year was dope. Might be another 1 seed year. We'll see. Crazy development. Walter Wilson went to his next team and balled the heck out. Went from a 5-point per game score all the way up to a 16-point per game score. The Lakers let him walk, and he turned up. They did still get AD winning DPOY, which is a staple in these videos so far. The Lakers are in the play-in while the Boston Celtics have secured their spot. So the Lakers are playing to potentially get that extra 20 points. They need 1 more game, and they don't get it, which is huge. Because now the Boston Celtics can make a little bit of ground up. The Celtics ended up with 71 points on the year, and the Lakers ended up with 62. But the Celtics have an opportunity to add 10 more by winning their first series, and they do an extra 10. And they're going against the lower seed because the Toronto Raptors went on a nice little run. They got Jaylen Brown, Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, Scotty Barnes. Okay, Bo's down there. They even got one of the Courtney Hills from the Boston Celtics originally. He's progressing pretty good. But overall, the Celtics have a path where they could be in the conference finals in just 2 more games. 1 more game. And they're there. From the 6th seed to the NBA Finals, now they're going against the 1 seed here. And Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, Bones Highland, and these dudes apparently real good. They ended up winning 56 points. So they do their thing, and it might be over for the C's, and it is. But the C's has got an additional 20 points, which means they pretty much outscored the Lakers by 30 in this year, which is good for them. Oh, my God. The Rockets got LaMelo now? What the heck going on? And they got themselves a championship with LaMelo. Shout out to them. They doing it right. I need one of these 2 teams to take a swing. I don't know how, because in the game of 2K, if you're doing simulation, no team is going to be trading their star players, stuff like that. One of these teams needs to make a swing. And I ain't even thought about the fact that the contracts of these players, unless they sign an extension, which I guess is a possibility, 1 year left for Tatum, 1 year left for Anthony Davis, there's a world where 1 or 2 of these teams both lose their best player. I'm not forcing AD or Tatum to stick around. That's part of the challenge. Convince your players to stay on this team. I ain't gonna lie. This C Bosh thing just threw me for a loop. It is Cecil Bosh. Cecil. They also got Rudy Gobert at the tail end of his career. And Omar Yurt 7 is getting minutes too. And then for the Boston Celtics, they brought in Gary Trent Jr., which is a huge pickup. He's a 40% three-point shooter. And yeah, they look like the better team on paper, but you know, on paper don't really mean nothing. Year 5 wasn't a lot to write home about other than the fact that the Celtics ended up winning the year by 18 points. The Celtics made the playoffs as the 4 seed, had more wins than the Lakers. The Lakers eventually made the playoffs. There's no all DPOY or no DPOY, no all defensive team for Anthony Davis, which low-key had been carrying them throughout the first couple years. And ultimately, John Morant and company won the championship. This point gets really crucial because I don't know. Anthony Davis did not sign an extension. Tatum did. So Tatum is locked up for the next 4 seasons, and there's only 5 years left, so he's pretty much a staple, while Anthony Davis is not. Again, there's a lot of time for them to figure it out. I don't control it, but if they lose Anthony Davis, even though they got a nice little cushion right now, they could lose this challenge for sure, because they lost the last 2 years. Oh my God, they lost the last 2 years by a decent amount. 18 points here, 19 points there. I'm not looking at the total number. But once we tally things up, it's probably pretty close. Moment of truth, 12 days of free agency is over, and Anthony Davis is gone. I repeat, Anthony Davis is gone, y'all. Where did he end up going? To the 76ers, the team that defeated him in the NBA Finals a few years ago. I guess he's going there to be the 4 alongside 33-year-old Joel Embiid. Oh, man. And Steph Curry is... What the heck? Yo, I don't understand what the heck. How did they get all 4 of those dudes? Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid, now they're older. All of them are older except for Anthony Davis. But I mean, that ain't got nothing to do with this video no more. Other than the fact that the Celtics road to get that championship, that extra 50 points, is a lot harder now. But with 5 years left, Kyrie Irving and D'Angelo Russell are the top 2 players on the Boston Celtics. On the LA Lakers. And yeah, I just don't know what to think about that. Tatum was around for a long time. They still got a competent roster with a bunch of 80 overalls. They basically got 9 80 overall players on their roster right now, which is crazy to say aloud. And that should be good enough for them to be a staple playoff team every year over the next 5. So we'll see. Both teams fell off. The Celtics were a 500 team, and the Lakers are 27 total wins. No all defensive, no all NBA for the Lakers. So their season ends with just 27 points. That is terrible. Now we got 44 points here. Jason Tatum made an all-NBA and an all-defensive team, so that's an extra 10. I'm sorry, 41 plus 10. That's 51 points. Don't let the kid with dyslexia make a video with math involved. But they are a play-in team, so if they win this one play-in game, which they did, that's an additional 20 points, so it's 71. They almost are up 50 in this year alone. Oh, it's over. I think it's over for the Lakers. I genuinely think it's over for the Lakers. Even if the Celtics never do it again, the Lakers got to do something, bro. They got to win the lottery and draft the next Victor Wembanyama, LeBron James, whoever it is, the first overall pick. Oh, and Anthony Davis won a championship, and people are retiring, including Rudy Gobert. I'm not preventing nothing. Potential savior of the Lakers? Patrick Livingston? 3rd overall pick in this year's draft? I don't know. He ain't got a lot of time to make it happen, Lake Show. Y'all got to do something. Now, you still got Kyrie, and that's good for at least 27 wins. At least it was last year. But you need a little bit more. I would start him so you can make an all-rookie team. I'm sorry, so he can win Rookie of the Year. So you can get the extra 10 points. But that's just me. That's just me. Unrelated, but this Byron King fella's elite. 24.5, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 2.5 blocks, and a steal and a half. I mean, shooting splits ain't great for a center, but former first overall pick in Chicago. Yeah, I'm here to be the bearer of bad news because, I mean, Tatum made an all NBA team. Let me mark that, all NBA. The Lakers don't have anything. They might have an all-rookie team. Yep. And this wasn't even the dude we were talking about. Where's the actual other dude? This is the other dude. The Lakers won a total of 8 games. They were one of the worst teams in the history of ball. Maybe because every one of their top players is a guard that's 6'4" or shorter. The Celtics, playoff team. There's a couple years left, but the C's are kind of running away with it after a rocky start. Again, 8 wins is, you got 8 points. And last year you got 27 points. So it's not like, oh my God. There's no coming back. Let the Celtics win one playoff series. It's wraps. Luckily, they will win this one. Uh-oh. Celtics fans, you're here. It took 3 games. Let's look at these game 7s, man. Game 7 against your old teammates. It was a Tatum big game, even though he only shot 30% from 3. This other game 7, Tatum, knock him down. This other game 7, who the heck is L. Jameson? He was the 3rd overall pick a few years ago, went through a few different teams, and now he ended up in Boston where he's actually really good. And that's an additional 10 points, 20 points, 30 points. And can they actually win, though? Now, the Grizzlies are up 3-0. Okay, so they got an additional 30 points. So that's going to be the best season of the challenge so far for them. That's 104 points. And that's compared to the 8 of the LA Lakers. And again, this many points. I have more fingers than they had wins this season. They didn't have nothing. Now, I don't know what this draft class is looking like, but I'll pray for their sake. They got the 1st overall pick, and he's Braun. But I don't even mean rookie Braun. I mean he comes in as prime Braun. Because that's the only dude that's going to save them from this challenge. Because right now, it's all Boston Celtics. Imagine losing 8 games. I'm sorry, winning 8 games, and you fall all the way down to the 5th overall pick. Because that's exactly what just happened to the Lakers. So, yeah, they have Kyrie Irving, and then they also got another Irving, which is Marvin. There's no way. And the C's still have Tatum, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yep. GG's. There's 3 years left. I might fly through these 3 years because I don't see a world where the Lakers are even competitive. Last couple years were not very good, but we do have a 10-year sample size, and it is time to tally up which organization was better over a 10-year span on an entire decade. Lakers versus Celtics. We get a drum roll, please. The winner of the challenge is the Celtics. The Celtics ended up with 794, where the Lakers ended up with 583. Obviously, this right here, this time frame, actually these 3 years, were the death of the Lakers. 27-8. I cannot believe this team won 8 total games and then 18. And on the contrary, the Boston Celtics made a run. But the best year out of all of this was the Lakers' championship appearance. Now, even if they would have won that year, it would have been only 50 more points and they would have still lost. So the Celtics just had a longer, consistent 10-year stretch, making the playoffs out of 8 years out of the 10, and the Lakers got a lot less than 8. So under these very specific circumstances, the Boston Celtics is the ultimate franchise. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.